Hello everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is the last week of the year 2023, December 24th to the 30th, and then I'm going to start the new week on the 31st, taking us into the new year. And what a week we have. It is energetically packed, which I'm sure is what prompted the quote. In these times of intense evolution and constant change, the key is your ability to remain calm, centered, and authentic. Ashe. Deep breath. We are not only rebirthing a new year, we are rebirthing many things on many levels, individually, socially, and collectively. We're also on a potent cusp of endings and new beginnings. We have this strong Pisces energy, which is the end of the zodiac, preparing us in the womb, developing, imagining, dreaming, which is what this season is good for. What we want to birth in the new age, in this new era that's coming in. Saturn's a 30-year cycle. Neptune's a 165-year cycle. They're both kicking off in Aries in 2025. Those are huge social and collective resets that if you have these energies in your chart, and I know many of you live on that cusp, it's personal and it's evolutionary and revolutionary and life-changing and exciting. And I am claiming positive outcomes and divine order, ease and grace, and the power of protection. Call in your warriors, your guides, your healers, your ancestors, DNA and affinity. I've been in this sacred zone leading up to solstice. We had our fire ceremony on Wednesday before this long day with the Ancestral Souls Rising event, which was amazing. And if you registered, you should have access to the link until they said January 15th, I believe. And every day for the next starting today and going forward, so you'll probably start getting links in your emails for the 9 layers of the soul as well. And those are just little short 5 to 15 minute videos, but they're so inspiring and uplifting. And this is the beginning of the new year. Is a great time to be inspired with a new vision for what you want to manifest in 2024. Also, December 7th, I had the Mercury retrograde call. And I apologize it took me so long, but this has been a very busy month on multiple levels for Kelly. But it got edited and uploaded to the podcast and YouTube channels. They're linked here in the blog. And if you registered with your birth info, then you will receive your personal activations. Now, what happened with the Mercury retrograde thing is we got on such a roll that we only got to cover 2 of the 4. We covered the one we're in right now, Mercury retrograding through Sag and Capricorn, and the one coming in March, April, May, as it retrogrades through Aries. And at the same time as it retrogrades through Aries are some powerful once in 30 years, 84 years, and 165 years. Deep breath. Okay, so while these big once in 30 plus years initiations with Mars, our sacred masculine, the ruler of Aries, I mean, there's just going to be so much rebirth that's coming. And so we got deep into it, and I'm going to have to circle back, and I've scheduled it for January 18th, which is another Thursday, for this part 2 of Mercury retrograde for 2024. And the idea is to give you these audios, videos up front for the year, and then along the way I will remind you that it's a good time to go and review, listen to that certain section about the current retrograde. And right now it's Sag Capricorn, and we did go very deep into that. So check those out when you get a chance. And winter solstice live Zoom in my backyard, celebrating the season and the initiation of the new year, the honoring of the longest night, and the 3 days of standing still with the solar energy before it starts to return to this hemisphere. Deep breath. That one is not public on any of the channels. You have to register, but it puts you right in there with the replay and the tools in the classroom. That's where the videos are housed. And that one does not get edited. And at the end of it, I pull cards for whoever's there and whoever lasts to the end of the call. That is always enlightening. All the messages that came through for one really came through for all of us. And it was the first time I mastered the camera, y'all. I finally got the camera to stay on the fire and the altar. And It's called spotlighting in Zoom. The only thing I don't like is that normally, especially when I'm working with Yeye, I like to pin her and then I add pins so that we can see whoever she's conversing with, whether that's me co-teaching or students asking her questions and things like that. So I'm going to have to play with it to perfect it in the classroom, but in my backyard, I think I finally have it down where I could keep you on the sacred focus of sunset and whatever we're doing with the turn of the season, which is what we do. We get together and do that every 6 weeks. So the next time we get together will be the first week of February. Now, my goodness, you may want to get a cup of tea and come back to this with your journal and some time to really digest what Spirit is doing to us this week. Starting on Sunday, the 24th, Sun is going to sextile Saturn. Now, this is, rather annual. That's how the solar energy rolls, but still, it's Saturn in Pisces, like I said, is kind of the end of an era, an end of a 30-year era. Anyway, so this current energy encourages a deeper commitment to organization and order in your life and environment, especially as the sun brings forth much needed clarity. Saturn's involvement signals that practical, responsible actions lead to rewarding outcomes. Conversely, neglect or leaving matters unresolved may swiftly incur consequences, which can be a form of instant karma with Saturn, right? Even if faced with such energies or challenges, it is vital to perceive them not as personal reprimands, but as Saturn's way of illuminating your current limitations in the here and now. Understanding these limitations proves invaluable when making choices and decisions about the future. Another underlying theme this week while they distract you with the chaos. This activation grants access to self-discipline and the capacity to thoroughly explore and contemplate all available options before reaching a decision. It is an opportune period to concentrate on professional aspirations and construct or clarify an achievable blueprint for the future. Seeking guidance from a trusted, knowledgeable elder, one possessing more wisdom and experience than you currently possess, can be immensely beneficial. If direct action toward your goals is not feasible today, invest time in meditation, mentally and visually connecting with your plan or strategy. That's Sunday. Monday, the 25th, Venus trines Neptune. This prevailing energy warmly supports the act of weaving your world through the power of dreams. Allow your imagination the freedom to roam, leading you to or through typically uncharted territories. Engage in playful contemplation of what-if scenarios, pondering what would unfold if all your material needs and desires were effortlessly met. Envision how you would dedicate your time, energy, and resources under such abundant circumstances. You might find yourself deeply empathic and attuned to the experiences of others during this period. However, it is vital to maintain healthy boundaries amidst this empathic connection. Neptune's influence can evoke profound spiritual encounters with fellow human beings, be they friends, family, or lovers. Yet time is the only true storyteller, unraveling whether Neptune is playing whimsical tricks or if indeed a genuine spiritual connection is in play. Stay grounded as you navigate these mystical waters, honoring your intuition while remaining open to the unfolding truths. Deep breath. Part of the evolution has been in our consciousness and what we believe to be true or possible. And Neptune's in Pisces helping us dream up a completely new reality. Then Tuesday, the 26th, is our Cancer full moon. Same day, Chiron goes direct, so it's a powerful healing day. This moment unfolds as a profound opportunity to bid farewell to both recent and distant chapters of the past, engaging in forgiveness work, and learning the art of listening to your heart while thinking with your feelings. The energy of Cancer encourages a longing for the comfort of the familiar. Yet to embrace the unfamiliar terrain that 2024 brings forth is crucial, as clinging solely to the known risks repeating destructive patterns, a fate we must all work individually and collectively to avoid. Remember, Cancer is the family zone where we inherit certain things, those negative patterns that we all work really hard to break. Even if it requires the entire year to untether yourself from attachments to people, places, or circumstances of the past, Give it your utmost effort, for it is fully supported. Our collective journey is steering us toward new ways of nourishing ourselves and the planet. Hence, we must all realign our perceptions of mother and home. Mother symbolizes the portal through which we enter and depart this world, and is always the source of all nourishment. Forgetting this profound truth is a luxury we can no longer afford. Now more than ever, our intuitive nature will serve as our guiding compass through the unfolding year. It is imperative to commune effectively with your emotional intuition, listening keenly to your instincts, understanding the messages conveyed by your moods. You know, I always say your moods are your messengers. These feelings should not overwhelm or debilitate you. Rather, they illuminate facets that your conscious mind might not presently comprehend or be able to manage. Deep breath. Sometimes our moods are very unconscious. Full moons naturally usher in a phase of release. Consider your Capricorn-oriented goals, particularly for 2024, and contemplate where you must release ideas, thoughts, or behaviors that fail to nurture and protect all that comprises you, all that you cherish, and all that you co-create this lifetime. Reflect on the fresh beginnings sowed 6 months prior, back in June, July of 2023. How have these efforts to nourish your mind, body, and soul evolved over these months? Remember, full moons serve as pivotal midpoints, offering the ideal juncture for course correction within a month, a year, or even within the more extensive, larger 20-year lunar cycles. Okay, deep breath. So any cycle, the midpoints are always the best course correcting time. And I can testify because 6 months ago, July was my birthday, and I've been trying to get my health in order, and it's literally just kicking in now. Everything I tried to put in motion over the last 6 months is finally clicking now. So there may be something that you were doing around your self-care, initiating new rhythms there, that, like me, is just starting to click. And I'm very excited for the future. Same day, Chiron goes direct in Aries. So for those born between 1968 and 1977, this period holds a deeply personal significance as it marks your Chiron return, a time where our most profound healing endeavors take place within this lifetime. In essence, this marks an initiation, as Chiron completes a 50-year cycle, traversing through healing processes from Aries to Pisces, and now embarks upon a fresh cycle. Whether or not you've worked with Chiron yet, its presence now invites us all to consciously collaborate with its journey through the signs, activating their unique lessons and healing potentials. During its passage through Pisces from 2010 to 2018, Chiron taught us the value of trusting our intuition and refining our personal boundaries. Currently journeying through Aries from 2018 to 2027, our focus centers on healing our sense of identity and purpose and affirming our inherent right to exist during this remarkable period in history. Annually, Chiron retrogrades, redirecting its usual societal effects inward, prompting individual processing. Engaging consciously and regularly with this energy proves beneficial. Chiron stands ready to assist in healing, learning, and transforming any aspects that you are prepared to address. In Aries, the spotlight is entirely on you, your choices, your purpose, your healing journey, and the wisdom gleaned through your unique experiences. During 2010 to 2018, Chiron's presence in Pisces taught us about the intricacies of sensitivity and navigating boundaries as spiritual beings in a physical form. Now in Aries, we are embracing a fresh directive, a journey towards self-healing, self-assembly, and self-mastery as we move forward. As Chiron transitions into its direct motion, we are invited to consciously honor the healing, wisdom, and personal transformation that it facilitates. Known as the wounded healer, Chiron embodies the aspect of self that arrives with a unique wound to address in this lifetime. In your chart, it signifies your path of healing and education, an expedition toward wholeness and integration, encompassing the lessons and enlightenment gained throughout this journey. As Chiron turns direct, this 5-month period should have unveiled your position within your personal evolutionary process. What have you been healing throughout 2023? And what healing work will you address in 2024? This entire year has been immensely supportive for personal introspection and self-review. To progress, one must confront fears and wounds, acknowledge losses and setbacks, and then rise resiliently to continue onward. Chiron serves as a guide through this transformative process. It is time to embody courage and innovation, recognizing that the old ways no longer suffice. This juncture urges us to reconnect with our instincts and confront challenges directly, knowing that while self-sufficiency and self-containment are vital, we need not traverse this path alone. Okay, you have to do it yourself, but not by yourself. This period strongly advocates for the individual evolution within the framework of community and relationships. There exists an intricate interconnection. If the individual evolves, then so too must their relationships. If not, they may dissolve or depart. As Chiron transitions direct, you might find yourself more rooted internally, unveiling yet another layer of healing that you've been able to do as you progress towards solid ground. Deep breath. That was Tuesday, the 26th. Now, Wednesday, the 27th, Mercury retrograde is squaring off with Neptune for the second of 3 times. The first hit was November 27th. The second hit is this week, December 27th. And the final hit will be once it's direct on January 8th. So you know this has been an ongoing process. And with Neptune, it's always just trying to clear up the confusion. You know, with Mercury and that we just want to be clear, and Neptune doesn't always make that easy. Mercury retrograde don't make that easy. But slowing us down to make us rethink things before we jump into that new year is actually a really good thing, y'all. Let's be grateful. This energy brings forth a blend of blessings and challenges. It offers a favorable time for spiritual exploration and infusing your dreams with energy, if your schedule permits. However, it also signifies a period prone to significant misunderstandings among individuals. It is crucial to consider your words before speaking, as the potential for misinterpretation or complete lack of understanding is heightened this week. Guard against allowing your longing for dreams to cloud your judgment or lead you astray into illusions or delusions. This energy may prompt deliberate deception in some individuals, while others must exercise caution not to be misled. It is advisable to adhere to facts or maintain silence for the time being. There might be a temptation to withhold information to avoid potential confrontations. However, it is best to resist this urge. Instead, focus on communication with yourself, your higher self, and God or Spirit today. If engaging with others, ensure absolute clarity in explaining yourself to avoid any potential misunderstandings. Like I said, Mercury's communication and Neptune causes confusion because things just aren't what they appear to be. And you got to ask, does this feel right? Does this look right? Does this smell like you? Like run it through some other filters other than the monkey mind. Same day, Sun trines Jupiter. So who knows? Sun might illuminate some clarity right when you're asking the question. That's usually how it works. This moment holds the blessings of source energy, nurturing and fueling your grandest dreams and life visions for this lifetime. Embrace and seize the profound vibes present when these forces unite, urging you to expand your life's journey significantly. Such an activation often signifies blessings resulting from past dedication and commitment. As you've been moving along a certain path, it is as if the road now widens and deepens, offering you a chance to weave substantial parts of your personal story together in a whole new light. This energy becomes a catalyst for learning and exploring anything that aids your progress. While some may opt to relax and unwind, suitable for some, it truly amplifies its support for those stepping into heightened levels of consciousness. Enthusiastic and optimistic, this energy swings doors wide open, contingent upon your mindset. Okay, stay positive, even when things look crazy. It grants you the ability to perceive the grand scheme while guiding you toward the necessary steps for your goals and aspirations at this moment. Deep breath. So it just might help clarify the vision, even though we're still doing a review, we're still completing things, fixing things, changing things, perfecting things before we share things. Same day, the 27th, Mercury retrograde conjuncts Mars. Now, here is something really powerful that I did not mention in October, I don't think, because I didn't piece it together until I went digging into retrogrades. But in October, Mercury conjuncted Mars, which is an initiation, in Scorpio. And now it's conjuncting in Sag, and in January, it's going to conjunct in Capricorn. This is such a rare opportunity to rewire your thinking around your desire nature and who you are and what you want, and your sacred masculine, the part of you that can negotiate on your own behalf, get your ideas in the world, and hold good boundaries, is getting a conceptual, perceptual upgrade, right? That's what Mercury's all about. So who do you think you are, and who do you want to express as your authentic self going forward? And this recalibration with Mercury is allowing us to dip into these zones. That's a quarter of your chart, where Mercury's saying, what do you want in the Scorpio realm, which is all kinds of things, but power, sex, resources, intimacy, discipline, so many good things, right? For Mars, which only gets there every 2 years. This is the other rare thing, and why it's happening is because Mercury slowed down and Mars kept moving. So that's what's allowing them to connect like this. So what do you want in your Scorpio department? And then what do you want in your Sag department, which is what we need to think about now. December 27th is the second of 3 hits. That asks the question of, what story do you want to tell? What do you believe to be true or possible for your individual self, or your identity and purpose? Right now, let's say just for the next 2 years. Let's stick to a Mars cycle. What do you believe about that and about your own evolution of consciousness around who you are and what you want? And just know that as you're recalibrating this, because it is retrograde, you're rethinking these things, that when it goes forward on that last hit, January 27th with Capricorn, that is the reality that we will activate and step out on and move forward toward. So that Capricorn zone becomes, what are the commitments and responsibilities that you're willing to take on? What is the new reputation that you would like to cultivate? Like, what do you want to be known for in 2024 that may be slightly different or improved from 2023? Where are your people, your community, your elders and children? Capricorn is the council of grandmothers. It's this sacred, feminine, earthy energy of authority, of wisdom, that we would love our sacred masculine to embody, let's just say. So let's change our thinking around some of that. Before delving into this energy, I want to share 2 important points. Firstly, when Mercury is at play, the energy moves swiftly. Secondly, Mars, a lesser form of power compared to Pluto's higher version, reminds us that along with power, we bear responsibility. Now, with that in mind, the positive essence of this energy allows you to steer your mind with passion, yielding tangible outcomes. So when you're connected, manifesting is effortless, honey. This sharpens your intellectual prowess and mental capacity for better or worse. You may find clarity in articulating certain thoughts, and you may experience quick, effective responses. When integrity is upheld, it becomes an opportune moment to fuel significant creative expression. However, this energy's negative manifestation might steer you toward pettiness and needless conflict, engaging in ego-driven dramas, and squandering precious time and energy. Furthermore, if this negativity does not originate from within, it is just as possible to encounter it from external sources. It is an optimal period to infuse your thoughts, ideas, and words with the passionate energy of Mars, and use Mercury's communicative power to foster creativity and facilitate shifts in consciousness. Their convergence brings about an energy exchange, igniting each other and initiating a new 2-year cycle. Now, I don't know about y'all, but it is affecting my writing, messing with Yeye. She has been asking us to do more creative writing. I consider this astrology writing kind of technical writing, because I've got a focus and a specific activation to talk about. But we created our Ajala story, and I've got these funny stories from my childhood that I would love to turn into a fictional character. So this might be the creativity that these two spark, you know, your ideas and your passions coming together, but because Mercury's backwards, moving through Sag and Capricorn, tapping into what we believe to be true or possible for our personal reality, we got to reset some things before we can really step out. And I think that will also help where you know how you want something and you think you want it and then you get it and it's not quite what you wanted. So these kind of hesitations or setbacks or take one step forward to go two steps back can actually turn out to be divine delays that help you rethink what you really want. With Mars, that's what we're thinking about. And so we may have wanted something 3, 6, 9, or 12 months ago, or 2 years ago, or 30 years ago, that now there is energy for. So let's just be mindful of how this 2-year cycle kicks off. That was all Wednesday. Now, Thursday the 28th brings Mars squaring off with Neptune. Again, with this Sag to Pisces zone around what we believe, our fears and phobias, the misperceptions, misconceptions, all of that is tied up when those two signs get to mixing it up. And fire and water is combustible, so it's not always easy. They can both be very creative and passionate, and we love them. And at the same time, there's a challenge to grow here between who you are and what you want and what you believe to be possible. So let's check in with our faith and beliefs. This energy can feel rather bothersome, to say the least. Essentially, you might encounter challenges directly linked to past choices. These are the very choices that you eventually realized were mistaken, hoping that somehow their consequences would pass you by. Sadly, they don't. You may experience deep discouragement, perhaps even a sense of depression, coupled with feelings of fear or doubt. To navigate through this energy, take a step back, reflect upon your choices that led to this point, and then, as objectively as you can, assess what went awry. Amidst this energy, the inclination to abandon entirely the path you've chosen, when all that is truly needed might just be a few adjustments. Strive to pinpoint the conflicting aspect causing this turmoil. If objectivity feels elusive or identifying the issue proves challenging, seek the opinions of 2 others and then trust your own instincts on the direction to pursue. There is also a temptation to be deceptive, whether to yourself or others. Resist this urge, please, as it will return to haunt you later, perhaps even more strongly. Your physical energy may also feel diminished. Avoid forcing yourself into actions that don't resonate right now. Instead, contemplate what actions might be necessary once your energy returns. Embrace stillness. Refrain from engaging in confrontations with others, for this energy nudges you beyond your comfort zone and into new territory. You must consider this a test of sorts. Confront your fears and clarify your desires. It is the most effective way to manage this period. Regarding these 2 planets creating a challenging angle, reflect on actions taken, which is Mars department, that have not quite worked toward fulfilling your dreams, that's Neptune's department, and that is where the tweaking can commence. Deep breath. Now, Friday the 29th, Venus at 29 degrees Scorpio is sextiling Pluto at 29 degrees Capricorn. So this is earth and water. But that 29 degrees is what's special. That is the last degree that they can go through. And Pluto, that's a 250-year cycle, okay? Venus is just 18 months to 8 years. But this is huge micro to macro evolution. Sextiles are opportunities to gain traction. And there is some kind of culmination, let's say an end of a chapter and the beginning of a new chapter in your relationships or finance departments. Maybe that's one way to look at it. This energy delves into the depths of emotions, intensifying connections and deepening attachments. Relationships, be they friendships or romantic bonds, become much deeper, sometimes even more passionate, including any physical or intimate encounters. When Pluto is in the mix, there is no room for pretense or superficiality. With Venus involved, the focus is on relationships or how you engage with others. If you are seeking to forge deeper connections, now is the time, and the energy supports this pursuit. This energy serves as a catalyst for positive transformation within your relationships, partnerships, or collaborations. It provides added strength to address what requires change or brings forth topics that need deeper exploration or open conversations. Your emotional sensitivity might increase significantly, so it is critical to surround yourself with those who unconditionally love and support you. Alternatively, taking time alone for self-reflection on your feelings can also be very beneficial. Now, I know this is a hectic, obligatory week that we got going on, but this is too many repetitive requests for better boundaries or intentional solitude of some kind, so get it where you can, y'all. Send the kids to grandma and get yourself a moment of silence, for real. Same day, Friday the 29th, so it taps Pluto and then slips into Sag. So that's telling too, y'all, because I always look at what do they do right before they shift gears, whether it's going retrograde or direct or the sign ingress where it moves into a new territory. What it does right before it goes in and the first thing it does when it comes out are usually pretty telling. So this is an opportunity to transcend and transform, so we like that. And then during Venus's stay in Sagittarius until January 23rd of 2024, we find ourselves drawn to expanding our connections, enriching our relationships, and improving our lives. It is a time when we become aware of the interactions that invigorate us versus those that drain our energy. Consequently, certain partnerships might undergo a phase of reevaluation, where each party reconnects with their authentic beliefs and potential, paving the way for a new direction, whether together or not. The key is to embrace optimism and seek opportunities even within uncomfortable or challenging choices and changes. Now is the moment to infuse diversity into our values. Now is the moment to infuse diversity into your values and priorities, stirring them to allow creativity to flow in fresh new ways or through unusual avenues. It is an opportunity to shape or refine the narrative of your life, weaving your renewed values and priorities into a more imaginative and authentic storyline, guided by your own inner and higher truths. Encourage yourself to think on a grander scale. Take the initial steps toward manifesting a higher vision for how you wish to engage with others over the next 3 to 4 weeks at a minimum. But this is definitely calling in the new vision, the new story, expanding the vision, thinking bigger for your Venus territory, kinship, community, relationships, partnerships and collaborations, your finances and your self-worth and self-value, beauty. All of that is getting an upgrade, which means you got to believe something new and different to receive something new and different, okay? And then Saturday the 30th, Jupiter goes direct in Taurus. This be it. It's going to travel till May and then enter Gemini, and that's it for 12 years. So we really want to get the most out of the next 5 months with Jupiter improving our Taurus departments. When Jupiter steps into Taurus, it heralds the initiation of a fresh 12-year cycle. This transit brings opportunities for enhancing both relationships and finances, while initiating a completely new truth, story, and belief system. This new cycle activates a new truth and story that is rooted in improved values, evolved priorities, redefined notions of security, and a revitalized sense of self-worth and value. If grasping the magnitude of a 12-year cycle feels overwhelming, consider working in 3-year increments. The potent Trinity energy aligns harmoniously with Jupiter, offering expanded awareness of a greater truth, where each individual plays an integral role. Deep breath. Jupiter's annual retrograde phase invites us to revise the narratives that we are weaving. It encourages focus on expansion and reevaluation, determining what needs amplification and what requires reduction in our lives. Over the past 1 to 3 years, many have become awakened to their non-negotiables, those elements essential for individual comfort and personal security. Life is too fleeting to live according to someone else's values or priorities. Jupiter in Taurus casts a shadow of extremes, urging caution against indulgence, stubbornness, impatience, particularly in areas like consumption, intimacy, or spending. Its influence intensifies every aspect of life, be it good, challenging, or neutral. A significant challenge lies in avoiding the trap of the hungry ghost, where nothing manifested satiates that inner hunger. For those co-creating with these energies, especially if Taurus, Scorpio, or Leo, Aquarius are active in your chart, the upcoming 3 years are pivotal, anchoring larger cycles to fortify, nurture, and protect anything you create or cultivate in the coming years. As Jupiter goes direct, it is time to align your life with a higher vision that embodies the emerging new truth and story that is rooted in earned wisdom and evolved consciousness. Anchoring new values and priorities internally and privately during the year it moves through Taurus is crucial because next year, as it journeys through Gemini, it will expand your network and public connections. Stabilizing certain aspects in your private personal life now will serve you well when implementing the new ideas, thoughts, and concepts that Jupiter is sure to awaken and expand next year, which is not next year, it's this year. It's coming to a theater near all of us very soon. So for my fixed babies and those with Jupiter in fixed signs, these are the years to reflect on. So these years are the most recent years that Jupiter was in fixed signs for you to reflect on. It looks like I didn't go ahead into the future. I should probably add that. Okay, so the next time it'll be in Taurus is 2035. The last time it was there is right now, 23, 24, akin to 2011, 2012. So all these years will have things in common. Aquarius, the next time Jupiter's in Aquarius will be 2032 to 33. Last time was 2020 to 21, akin to 09. Next time Jupiter will be in Scorpios, 2029. Last time was 2017, 18, akin to 05, 06. And the next time it's in Leo is 2026, akin to 2014, 15, and 2002 to 03. So just think 3 years, 26, 29, 32, 35. That's what's up. So 23, bringing in the Taurus, you know? So every 3 years, these fixed signs get expanded. And we imagine something new in a zone where we're usually pretty steadfast and don't like change. So every 12 years is not too much to ask to expand your vision for that department of your life, whether you have these signs activated or not, they still rule areas of life. So that concludes our packed week, y'all. What's left on the blog here are links to the new Power Circle subscription. So we have the free community event, which is one of the perks for the subscription. And for everyone, I love to get together with the community at least once a month and once a season when we do the fire ceremony. Those are the 2 free events that I do. Otherwise, most things are subscription-based. But now you can get some customized tools, reports, things about your chart, and you can get forecasts for the whole month versus just the week that I post for $9.99 a month or $99 for the year, which saves you about $20. So I encourage my astrology students who want to keep up with their activations and transits. The Astro 101 class is February, March of the new year. I would love to get those registrations and workbooks out to you during the month of January so we can start strong in the first Tuesday in February. So those of you interested in doing that, I need at least 5 to 6 of you to sign up. Also, I've created activations that can be bought kind of a la carte here, and I've increased what we're working with. So I've always had Venus activations. Most of you know that because of my Venus circle. And with those activations, you get the bonus of the circle too, whether you have your workbook and reading or not. So that's kind of cool. And because of all the Venus work we've done, I've been dying to work with Mars and bring them together and experiment. And so this is my new research project for those of you who get the Mars activations, how they work for you, how it feels to consciously co-create with your masculine, feminine aspects of self. And of course, Mercury retrograde activations I've also been doing for a while just on the Mercury retrogrades. But now you can either get the one, like you all have heard me say, usually because Mercury retrogrades 3 to 4 times a year, not all of them are going to be treacherous for you. It's usually only 1 or 2 that hits your chart really directly. So you may want to only get your activations for that one. But then my diehards and my people who love to work with every Mercury retrograde and or are working with these particular elements and signs, then get the bundle where you get all 4 of them for only $75. So those are new goodies that are custom Kelly goodies that aren't a computer generated report and aren't found anywhere else. So depends on what you want to work on. If you want to work on your relationships and finances, Venus is the way to go. If you want to work on your actions and choices and your masculine, the ways that we negotiate on our own behalf, get our ideas in the world and hold good boundaries, then let's start working and getting to know Mars. We want to get to know them like the Orisha, honey. And Venus is Oshun. Mars is probably known as Ochosi, or Shango. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that, y'all. Somebody help me with the astrology and the orishas. Mercury is always the trickster, so that's a leg by, but always good to work consciously with them. Also, December is owl medicine, but you can go ahead and register for Puma medicine, which is January. I decided to put these January 3rd and 4th events in here for this week, this last week of December, because of course, you know, it's the holidays, New Year's is going to hit. I wanted to give you a heads up that I'm hitting the ground running, y'all. So the first Wednesday and Thursday of the new year, we've got events. Puma medicine, January 3rd, which is a Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's only $25 to get the replay and the tools. And of course, this animal medicine is all part of my Soul Sisters Circle. So that invite video I've been leaving at the bottom of the blog has been really good because so many people are learning about the work I'm doing and learning my story and things like that. So I'm leaving that there as it relates to the Soul Sisters Circle. And then a heads up for the next Venus Circle is Thursday, January 4th in Sagittarius at the Heart Chakra. We're releasing the trickster archetype, and the story is The Passing Stranger. That is also at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and it is also $25 to drop in or subscribe to get to the tools and replay. So I want to say thank you, everyone who's been rolling with me for the year of 23. All my new babies that came into the fold this year, I'm so grateful for your energy and presence and friendship and support and community engagement has been really stellar this year. And I expect 24 to be even better because we are all growing in our individual circles. And as we cross-pollinate, we expand even further exponentially, y'all. So don't be afraid to reach out to collaborate or get together for some one-on-one guidance. I'm always available for that. And I hope you have a wonderful turn of the Gregorian calendar. We don't really celebrate the new year till spring around here, but we'll go ahead and play the game. And we like numbers, and 1/1/2024. What is that, Kimberly? That's a 1. We're starting on the 1, baby. And that means a lot too, y'all. That makes a difference. So let's be ready for some new energy and new possibilities. Let's ground our spiritual and physical daily practices so that we're infusing ourselves first before we go out to be of service to the world. And let's stick together. Much love and deep appreciation for each and every one of you. Thank you so, so very much. I promise to get the January forecast and the 2024 overview up and running during this week as well, but I won't be able to link it until next week. So those of you on my channels will probably see that first. So this is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off. Have a fantastic week and Happy New Year.